From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Tuesday, October the 2nd, 2018. The large aid package for Israel put together under the Obama administration has now taken effect. The Memorandum of Understanding provides $38 billion in defense funding for Israel over the next decade. The State Department said upon the beginning of the fiscal year yesterday, our implementation of this historic MOU reflects the enduring and unshakable commitment of the President, this administration, and the American people to Israel's security. Adding the MOU was negotiated under the previous administration, reflecting the bipartisan nature of this commitment. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu thanked the U.S. administration and Congress for their commitment to Israel. He said the unwavering support of the United States for Israel's right to defend itself is one of the pillars of the strong relationship between the two countries. France said it has frozen the assets of Iran's Ministry of Security and Intelligence in response to a terror plot earlier this year that is believed to have been ordered by Iran and was reportedly prevented by Israeli intelligence. In early June, a terror cell was discovered, allegedly led by an Iranian diplomat, with plans to bomb a conference organized by an Iranian dissident group in a Paris suburb later that month. The diplomat's assets were frozen by France as well as those of another Iranian suspect, both of whom were soon after arrested along with 4 others. Israeli media reported at the time that the attack was thwarted by Israel's intelligence agency, the Mossad, together with counterparts in Belgium, France, and Germany. Israel police arrested 4 young Jewish residents of Jerusalem today on suspicion that they took part in a racist attack on a group of young Arabs at a public park in Jerusalem this week. There was no further information at this time. A public sukkah in New York City was vandalized this weekend. The New York Post reports that the words "Free Gaza" were discovered spray-painted in 3 spots on the sukkah in Carl Schurz Park on New York City's Upper East Side Sunday morning. The NYPD's Hate Crime Task Force was investigating the vandalism as a possible bias incident. On Sunday afternoon, new messages were painted on the sukkah, including Shalom and Sukkah of Unity. The Anti-Defamation League of New York, New Jersey tweeted that targeting a premises used for religious purposes during the Jewish holiday of Sukkot is simply beyond the pale. Director of Chabad of the Upper East Side, Rabbi Ben-Zion Krasniansky, told local media there is no room for this hatred in New York City. He said the only response we know, and the way we've responded for the last 3,800 years, is to respond to darkness with light, to hate with love, and to negativity with positivity. A Jewish American is among 3 researchers who have won the 2018 Nobel Prize in Physics, honoring their inventions in the field of laser physics. 96-year-old Arthur Ashkin is said to be the oldest ever Nobel laureate. He is being recognized for his invention of optical tweezers that grab particles, atoms, viruses, and other living cells with laser beam fingers. A painting by Camille Pissarro will be returned to the heirs of the Jewish collector it was looted from during the Holocaust. French news agency AFP reports that a French court ruled last November that the Pissarro work, called Picking Peas, rightfully belonged to the descendants of Simon Bauer, a Jewish businessman from whom the painting was taken by the Nazis among some 90 other works in 1943. American art collectors Bruce and Robbie Toll bought the painting at an auction back in 1995 and said they knew nothing of its past and had appealed the original decision, trying to get the painting back. But the Paris Appeals Court said the original court decision stands. A lawyer for the Bauer family said the ruling gives victims of the savagery committed by the Vichy government the right to recover their looted possessions without a time limit. New York City's Economic Development Corporation, or NYC-EDC, unveiled plans today for the Cyber NYC initiative, an initiative that's aimed at making the city into a global leader of cybersecurity innovation and talent to combat one of the world's greatest threats. 2 Israeli companies were chosen to join the venture. Israeli firm SOSA will operate the NYC Cyber Center in Chelsea, and venture capital fund JVP, Jerusalem Venture Partners, will set up the city's first international cybersecurity investment hub in Soho. NYC EDC President and CEO James Patchett said, "We've convened a world-class roster of partners to help us execute on this essential plan, which will help protect the industries and people that make this city the economic powerhouse that it is today." Taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Tuesday, October the 2nd at 7 o'clock, everyday Jewish heroes are honored at the 2017 National Conference of the Jewish National Fund. At 8 o'clock, Israel's former ambassador to the U.S., Michael Oren, who is now a member of the Knesset's Kulanu Party, discusses the relationship between American Jewry and Israel and the future of diaspora Jewry from B'nai Shalom in West Orange, New Jersey. At 9, Mark Golub sits down with Herbert Bloch, the new executive director of the American Zionist Movement. That's on L'chaim. At 10, a look at American Jewry and Israel. And coming up right after this newscast tonight at 6:30, the ILTV debate program, Frenemies. And that's the JBS News Update for Tuesday, October the 2nd, 2018. I'm Teisha Bader.